welcome back to the Mike Check Podcast. This is T Word, the People's Champ. Thanks for tapping in. Today we're going to be updating Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford in the mega fight due to happen on July 29th at T-Mobile Arena in Vegas. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate that feedback. All right, so as you might have seen in the previous video, we've got some camp photos of and videos of Terence Crawford running and training. He's in the gym. He's a gym rat, so he's ready to get busy, ready to go, and he looks good. So Errol Spence had been relatively quiet up until this point, and then he dropped videos of him and images of him in camp working out. You can see that he's really close to weight, and you can see that he was out with the Dallas Cowboys at their mini camp. That's his favorite team. He and Jerry Jones seem to have a pretty close relationship, so he was down there kind of, getting some press, getting his face out in the place, letting people see what he was looking like. People tend to always wonder if Errol Spence is going to be on weight because he is a big welterweight, and there are times in the past when he's ballooned up between fights, and he even admitted this, saying that he was doing fat camps, etc., so he wasn't coming in his best. Since his car accident, he's changed his lifestyle, gotten a nutritionist, things like that, and heading up to the Jordanis Ugas fight, you can see that he is in phenomenal shape. And about a month out, he did a media workout via YouTube with Showtime, and the dude looked great. You could tell that he was not 147 pounds, but he definitely was going to make weight. He's just a big muscular fella. And the information that's come out now via Derek James' page, a couple of things on EJ's page, and all the YouTube channels have it as well. They've shown him, the physique is there. But I wanted to address one thing that people were talking about. Number one, they were saying that he hadn't been doing media because he was doing fat camp. That's clearly not true. If you saw the video of him with AO when he did the interview saying that he was only waiting for the Terence Crawford fight prior to the announcement, you can see that he was pretty close to weight. Now, I'm not a weight expert. However, I am a weight management professional. I could tell you when an athlete, it doesn't take as much as the average person. I think what happens most times is people apply their personal knowledge and personal style or whatever situation to a professional who has access to tools that you'll never see in your lifetime. So you don't understand that what takes you 6 months could take them 6 weeks because they have access to everything, and then they have linear focus. Getting up, going to work is them getting in shape, whereas maybe you got to get up, go to work, and then try to get in shape, which makes it much harder. And I commend anybody that's taking their journey seriously, but you can't compare what you're doing to a professional athlete who has the best of everything and the money to buy even more. But moving forward, for those people, I just point out that if you look at him now, he probably walks around 175. I would say in the videos we're seeing and the images we're seeing, he's probably 165. I don't think he should be any closer to 147 because it's unhealthy. Remember, the fluid in your brain is what drains down when you suck yourself down right before a fight. This is kind of what most fighters do. They walk around at a comfortable weight where they can feel strong and healthy and vital. And then about 10 to 14 days out, you start to really see them shed and cut. And that's when they're hungry and they're basically just sipping water. They're not eating a whole lot because at that point in camp, they're not using their strength to spar and do things of that nature. They're actually in there working on technique, something that's a little bit easier to achieve if you're not feeling 100% strong. And then a guy like Spence walks to the ring at about 160. So he rehydrates 10 to 15 pounds from weigh-in to fight night, even though he's IBF champ and sometimes they weigh in the morning of the fight. He still rehydrates at least 10 pounds that day. So what that tells you is that he doesn't truly drain down to 147 as far as like losing muscle mass. He literally just lets that last 10, 12 pounds be water weight so he can drain it out the 2 to 3 days before the weigh-in. And then he actually puts it back on and rehydrates with the liquids and the fluids the day of the fight, basically a night after weigh-in. So that kind of tells you everything you need to know about the situation. It looks like he's just been putting in work. It was just Terence Crawford's turn to be out in the media. Terence Crawford did he did like a little block party. They were throwing their fish fry, what have you. So that was his version of doing media. And now Errol Spence is re-elevating his profile. So somebody made a comment, no fighter's too big to market. That's true. But if there's a strategy in place and plan in place, they're just following the script. This is back to me saying there's a playbook that they're following, and it's working really well because I think the excitement is rebuilding for this fight, and I'm starting to believe that maybe they can approach the 1 million mark. Now that might change. I might see something in the market that makes me think it's going backwards, but right now I see it trending up, and that's a good thing for us and a good thing for boxing. So we'd love to get your thoughts on what do you think? Does it look like Errol's going to struggle to make weight? Do you have any concerns about it? Does he look like he's on track to you? Drop your thoughts in the comment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been T for the Mic Check Podcast. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, y'all.